We're making this video to show you how we have been doing our live streams, Facebook Live concerts, in case you're interested. And there are many ways to do them, and this is just the way that works for us. And so we're going to talk you through some of the equipment and setup that we go through to do these concerts.
Yes, we've got some comments. We just finished actually one, which was the fourth cello suite by Bach and other pieces, and we got some comments asking about the tech, because I mentioned some things in the video about what we're using. So first of all, we're using two iPhones as cameras, and I wanted to use a third one, but it was an iPad, and it was draining the battery from the computer too much, and it was actually lagging and glitching. So we just
then it just didn't work.
It just didn't work. So
at the end.
So we're using two iPhones, and they're connected to a laptop.
Yeah, and we find that if you're going to do audio and video, that the video for the iPhone, the new iPhone cameras, is really good.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic.
It's much better than a laptop. So if you have a newer iPhone, consider using that for your video.
Right. So the video goes to the laptop, and also we are actually using a small iPad for the camera that's actually interviewing us. So there are three video sources going at the same time, and we are switching that on the laptop. Everything goes to a software called OBS, and you can look it up. It's a fantastic and very versatile software, normally used by gamers. And
I did not know the software 2 months ago, and all of a sudden I feel like I can broadcast live concerts.
Yeah, it all started almost by accident, because I was asked to do a recital for BSO Facebook page, and I wanted to have titles on the bottom of the screen, so the people who are tuning in know what I'm playing, because nobody knows otherwise. You have to scrolling back or rewinding is almost impossible.
There's no program you get anymore.
Right. So I wanted to do that, and I tried to figure out how to do that, and I came across OBS, which is a standard for streaming.
And most of the things of the troubleshooting we solved by Googling this. You probably found OBS by Googling it.
I just asked a question, how to put subtitles in your video streams, and that thing came up, and we learned a lot in the past couple of months. And actually the best thing was instructional videos on YouTube, which are incredibly helpful. So that's OBS. The next thing was...
that's all the videos. So
that's
then
the video,
should we
yes.
go to the audio? So
the audio part is separate, and also, like Marcia mentioned, that having external source works the best for audio too. I mean, you can use the laptop microphones, but that's not going to be, nowhere near. And actually, in our performances, our focus is on the audio. I wanted to stream from beginning audio of CD quality, and I don't know if everybody knows what
there yet. But
I don't know if everybody knows what a CD is, but it's a very high quality audio. I'm joking, of course. I think we are there. It's very, very good quality of sound.
All right.
I think. So
well, I haven't tested it against any CDs, so
it helps when you have a very good quality of sound. So we are using rather nice Cartoid microphones. I have a couple of AKG 414s that I use for cello. So there are two of them, and they create stereo signal. Then today I used a single microphone to take signal from a speaker, a studio monitor that was playing the piano accompaniment from.
And your studio monitor is what?
It's called Adam X7 or something like that. It's by a company called Adam Audio. It's really nice studio monitor. And the microphone that is taking the signal from that is Neumann KM184, which is also very, very nice They call those pencil microphones because it looks like a pencil.
Right, and you can do the more affordable options. We just haven't found the right quality for those in what we were looking for.
Yeah, there are other, of course, there are other options, and there's a company called Octava, who makes kind of cheaper versions of Neumann microphones, and they're just fabulous. They have great reviews, and they're probably quarter of the price of the original ones. And yeah.
Yeah, and then for speaking, we made the mistake when broadcast of forgetting to set up an external microphone just for talking, and we used the laptop microphone, and every time I would end my sentences, you couldn't hear the end of them.
Yes, but now we use a Yeti microphone.
Yeah. So this one's pretty common.
For speaking.
Yeti, the blue mic, Blue Yeti or something like that. It has a USB connection, so you can put it right into your computer, and of course then we funnel that through OBS, so it manages everything, all the audio, all the video, all the subtitles, and the pre-concert show, the post-concert show.
Yeah,
the colors on the screen.
Right, everything.
The logo that you see.
Yeah, everything is managed by the OBS. The other piece of equipment that we use that is really essential is an audio interface, and those range in prices from $50 to many thousand. I have a very affordable version of an audio interface made by a company called Zoom, and it's Zoom H6, and it's a fantastic little box. It's over there right now. I'm not going to show you, but you can Google it if you want. I think it's about $350 or something. So not exactly super cheap, but what it does is incredible. It can record up to 6 different channels of audio in like very high quality, and has very nice preamps.
And it has good microphones on it.
It has a built-in pair of stereo microphones, which are already great.
And you recorded one of your concerts that way, or no?
I used the machine a lot, so I don't remember. It's definitely much simpler to use a small box than bring a big audio interface for anything. So the external mics are plugged into that, and from that it connects to the computer. That interface is also great because you can connect to an iPhone, and you can use external microphones and connect it to an iPhone, and you can actually stream that way onto Facebook as well.
Right. And then we have a backdrop, just so you don't see the mess behind there. No, it's not that messy. And then some studio lighting. How would you describe those?
Both studio lights and the backdrop I picked up at a yard sale.
Yeah, it was a good deal.
I think that was like $30 for the backdrop with the stands, and maybe $20 for the lights. I had to buy the light bulbs, which are this giant LED lights, and
Are we forgetting anything? And then you played off of your iPad.
I played from the iPad, which was connected to that studio monitor, and the app that I used for piano accompaniment. It's an artificial intelligence app called My Pianist. There's another one called Cadenza Live, which is great. Our colleague Yao used it, and that's where I got the inspiration. So thank you, Yao. That was great. But it's a great app. It has a lot of rep for all the instruments, woodwinds and brass and the strings. So I'm looking forward to working with the app in the future too. And what else? The reverb. I bought a long time ago this program called Altiverb, and it's fantastic. It's very expensive.
That's why you were in Worcester, Massachusetts today.
Yes, so it has the company Altiverb goes around the world and samples reverbs from different concert halls, not only concert halls, but also almost any interior space you can imagine, including airplanes, cars, and stadiums and things like that. Big auditoriums, small churches, and it's hundreds and hundreds of different spaces you can use for your recordings and for your streams. And it doesn't really use too much CPU, so there's no latency. So it's fantastic. So I used there are halls, very famous halls like Disney Hall and Berlin Philharmonic Hall, but I particularly like the Mechanics Hall from Worcester, Massachusetts, which is just like the best sound I can imagine, and I've used it in my previous recordings and streams.
As has Yo-Yo Ma. I mean, not the sampled.
Actually, Yo-Yo Ma
reverb, the live.
recorded there, so it's and I'm not trying to be like him, but
He's
there's
a good role model to have.
Absolutely. So that's about it. There's a lot of connections and cables and everything going everywhere around here because we're using Apple products, and as you can maybe know, Apple constantly upgrades stuff and nothing connects anymore. Like the USB cords, you have to get dongles for everything, and so it's a journey.
Yes.
And so preparing a setup like this, it takes 4 or 5 hours to actually get everything in place.
Just to bring it over.
Just to bring it over, yes. And
that was several hours.
Yeah, several hours, and so we're amazed how much we learned. We became audio engineers and videographers and
we actually just
producers.
watched. Yeah, there's this great online. There's all these great classes. We just watched a class that Peabody gave with their audio engineers and learned some things about how to record live.
Yeah, there's a lot of information online for everybody, so everybody can start streaming now.
Everybody has their own way of doing it. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments.
Yes.
We'll try and get to them.
Yeah, I highly suggest looking up OBS. On that also, you can stream other video sources. So like I have a pre-show usually of some other recording that I made in the past, or a video. Like today I played a video after the concert.
You can do a timer, countdown.
Everything. Yes.
Which we were fiddling with before the last one, and it started not working, and then we had to fix it really quickly.
Yeah. So, and it's also like during the stream, it's important not to touch anything because you could.
Right, and we turn off every single electronic we can. Take it off the Wi-Fi so that it's not overloaded. Also,
we connected the computer with a wire to the router directly, so there is like a super solid connection. If you don't have that, I suggest placing your computer almost next to the router so there's not too much space between the two.
Yeah, and they're easy websites. You can test your internet speed and just kind of see where in your house or your recording area is the best.
Right. I frequently look up the website called What's My Internet Speed? So
wherever you go.
Yeah, no, just before the concerts. Anyway, I hope this helps. And if you have any questions,
or maybe you have some ways of doing it better, and that would be
I'm
amazing.
sure there are better ways.
Let us know.
Yes, please leave a comment. Thank you. Thank you.